just doing the restoration method. Fingers crossed that my old and bodged code still works. I cannot guarantee that it will work for players who are in the side game and playing behind the scenes. Ooh, right. Apologies for that. Oh, hello. I've lost the camera. Shall we bring the camera back to life? Or is OBS going to crash on me now? That would be fun, wouldn't it? Don't know if I'm still live. OBS is doing a thing. Oh, no, it's thinking about it. It's loaded. Okay. Camera appears to have died for reasons I can't explain. Hang on, let me just unplug, replug. Oh, God, turn the lights on. Doing the purge. That is not it. Which is the camera? Is it that one? I think it's that one. It's that one. We got a camera yet? Was that the camera? Whoops. There we go. Okay. Apologies for that moment of confusion. Thank you everyone for your patience. And blissfully, it looks as though my recovery stuff is working, at least in some sense. There may be some slightly different stuff. So it is about to launch question 15, and I'm going to ask you play the honesty game because we have seen this question, but I know we have got 10 players due in this purge. So play as you did before, and hopefully all will be well. Question 15 again. Options are in a different order. Mark Cavendish, Chris Hoy, Tom Simpson, Bradley Wiggins. Which of these Sports Personality of the Year award winners won the award the earliest? Please answer as you did before. I don't know if the behind the scenes game has tracked your points. I certainly don't think I implemented that into the time machine, so I'm afraid there may be some lost pennies there. That is time. Tom Simpson was the answer. And if I can get my... there we go. Find out what happens. Blissfully, we do have another purge. 79% incorrect. How the fuck do you refuel this thing? Twist and... or is it quarter turn? Quarter turn, right, there we go. Right. Hopefully we've got 10 players here and 4 players not here. Nando, Toot, Shapes, and... oh! Someone who didn't get recovered. Either that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Someone who is giving themselves a purge question unnecessarily. Either that or they went during the crash. Very many apologies for that crash. Just turn the light off. Yeah, I guess I'll be getting rid of that monitor then. At some point. Okay, we didn't get to this question before, so we're actually going to see it for real now. Best of luck. Here is the 4th purge question. Bridgetown is the capital of which island nation? I've lost my momentum. It was all going so well. I'm really upset about that because everything was going so well. But thank you everyone for sticking around. I'm going to try not to dwell on it. Every time it's a different error code. So that was something which I googled and it didn't help. But I'll talk about it later. Correct answer is Barbados. Jamaica, Haiti, and Costa Rica are wrong answers. Get you back into the overrated Beatles. That would help me get back into it. That would help refresh my mind. I've now put OBS down on this monitor, so my chat is up here in my eye line, which is actually much better. I might make that a permanent change. You fluked it, AV me. Very well done. Barbados is what we wanted. Unfortunately, Jogging, Mr. Vertigo, and Matt. Those are wrong answers at the wrong time. I'm afraid you have been purged. Okay, this is one thing I can't change. You're going to have a much harder end game, gang. Because the breakpoint won't reset to 90, because that's apparently one thing I missed out of the time machine. New template has got built-in storage, but this is an old game, so it's got whatever I cobbled together with string and Pritt stick way back when. So the breakpoint should be 60%. He says he can't change it. He says he can't change it. Let's just go with I can't change it. Breakpoint is 60%. There are 5 options per question. There are 11 of you left. Good luck. Here's question 16. Mark Shuttleworth, Michael Fold, Tim Peake, Helen Sharman, Piers Sellers. Who was the first British person in space? It looks as though it is still accepting answers from the side game, but it may not store your pennies from last time, so I will give a couple of generous bonuses out at the end, and people who have got all the points that they did earn could maybe abstain from taking that bonus. The correct answer is Helen Sharman, first British cosmonaut, having been trained by the Russians. Tim Peake was the first British ESA, European Space Agency astronaut. Others had travelled before him as NASA astronauts. Tim Peake, fun fact, it's also from my hometown of Chichester, and he's now got something named after him at Chichester High School just up the road. The breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. %, looking good. No abstentions. 4 going for Tim Peake. Yeah, he was first with the ESA, but not the first British person in space. 1 going for Michael Fold, 6 going for the correct answer there. Helen Sharman, well played. Question 17, the breakpoint is 50%. Should be 80%. I feel bad for Purge because this is shaping up to be the potential. I won't say it. I won't jinx it. Question 17, options are Pirates of Penzance, Billy Budd, Iolanthe, Ruddigore, Peter Grimes. I Am the Very Model of a Modern Major General is a famous song from which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? Got to whisper it, Mr. Gamerman. There you go. Time. I am the very model of a modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the facts historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theory, I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I used to run a Gilbert and Sullivan choral society, so I know GNS quite well. I happen to have the words in front of me for that one. That is what the trivia says on that one. I did a version during the lockdown about Jacob Rees-Mogg. I am the very model of a prejudiced Etonian. My diction is impeccable, my politics draconian, etc. And a message from our sponsor, G. Eisens.
This is for Ben's costume for this song.
Thanks for the 32 months, G. Eisens. Appreciate that very much. So, the correct answer, well, I'm whispering on about GNS. The correct answer is Pirates of Penzance. Billy Budd and Peter Grimes are, of course, by Benjamin Britten. Iolanthe and Ruddigore, 2 of GNS's lesser known ones. The most famous one up there, I would say, is Pirates of Penzance, from where we get I am the very model of a modern major general. I am the very pattern of a modern major general in some translations from ye olde English. 50% is the breakpoint, should be 80%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Played. 3/4 of you, all but 1 getting it right. 73%. 8 of you going for Pirates of Penzance. 2 for Billy Budd. None for any of the others. 1 abstention on that one. We play on. Question number 18. Breakpoint is 40%. Should be 70%. Would be interesting to see how this pans out, given what could have been. I like this question. Is Jack still here? Jack, are you still with us? You'll like this question. Question 18, options are Dominic Raab, Oliver Dowden, Kwasi Kwarteng, Therese Coffey, Suella Braverman. Who was the Deputy Prime Minister who served under Prime Minister Liz Truss in 2022? time. If Jack's not here, he would know this one. Whoever it was, big mistake. Well, I don't know. They're still in cabinet. I think they're the health. No, they were the health secretary. PM Liz Truss was a thing. I forgot about it. Yeah, 52 days as Prime Minister. Yeah, that was a thing. Correct answer, believe it or not, was Therese Coffey. Kwasi Kwarteng was the Chancellor. Dominic Raab was Deputy Prime Minister under Boris Johnson. Oliver Dowden is the current Deputy Prime Minister. And Suella Braverman is the current Home Secretary. And that is all from my own head of knowledge. The trivia here says, I have nothing to add for several reasons. So there you go. Strong and stable. That was May. May was strong and stable. Allegedly strong and stable. Therese Coffey was Deputy... I double-checked it because this escaped the annals of my memory. And I wouldn't have known that. I would probably have guessed... I would probably have guessed Therese Coffey because I knew Kwasi Kwarteng was the Chancellor. Raab was the previous former Deputy PM. Dowden's the current one. And I wouldn't have thought she'd have made Suella Braverman. But it's such a weird time, such a weird 50 days in all of our lives in Great Britain. But Therese Coffey was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. %. Just one player getting it right, and I can feel reassured that even had the game not crashed, we would have triggered a purge at this point at 70% anyway. So yeah, so the game is to be resolved as it would have been, assuming that the points have been carried over from the players who are still in the game, which I think they have. So all but one of you are going into purge number 4, fighting for your life. Purge number 5 even. Oh, this one's a good one. Who's in this purge? Everyone but K-Jarves. K-Jarves not necessarily guaranteed safe passage through to the final. If 5 or more survive this purge, then it will come down to whoever's got the most right. But if there's fewer than that, then it's going to be K-Jarves in the final, potentially K-Jarves winning by default. For the 10 players, again, Nando, Toot, AV Me, Colo, Shapes, Mr. Gamerman, Samster, Pyro, Zeus, and Optimats. Correct answer is required. Good luck. Here is the 5th purge question. The opening lines of Karloff's choral work Carmina Burana refer to which celestial body? O Fortuna, Velet. Luna, Statu Verabilis. It's that one from The Omen. It's a lovely hint. A lovely little hint for you there. Well, I thought celestial body is sort of pseudo multiple choice anyway. Last night on the X Factor. It's very much that, isn't it? O Decricius, O Fortuna, Ash, what time signature is that? Is it 7/8? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4. It's in a weird time. It's in like 5/4 or 7/4 or something like that. Great piece. I've never conducted it, but yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I saw it at Chichester Cathedral, which was very heretical and quite scary, but it was by the Chichester Singers. It was really good. Anyway, Carmina Burana, and the correct answer was Velet Luna, the moon. Jupiter, Mars, the sun. No answer. Mars and Jupiter are all wrong answers. And my goodness, my gracious, my goodness, we've got 4 who've survived. 2, Shape, Samster, and Zeus join K-Jarves in a purge final. Oh, proves you are denied the perfect purge pack by 2 questions. Only once have we had a perfect purge. Just for those of you who've maybe not seen it before, a perfect purge is where we have all 20 questions all 5 Purge questions and exactly 5 left at the end. We've had all 5 Purges and exactly 5 left at the end, but we were short 2 questions, so those 2 questions from the main game Prugs may be able to use at another time. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hashtag meatloaf. It does mean, though, we have to say goodbye to some players. Nando, AB Me, Colo, Mr. Gamerman, Pyro Pygmy, Optimats, foraging through the crashes and getting all the way to question 18. I'm afraid it's the wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. So it is time for the final purge, but before we do that, we're going to check out the lobby scores and see if anything has been saved. It has not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, audience score, but I will give out some free pennies to everyone because that should be basically 10 times however many you got right. And the time machine is an age-old thing, which blissfully still worked, but unfortunately it didn't save the back game. But you can take some moral pennies, and I will give some free pennies out, and maybe everyone who is actually, no, it's not saved. It's completely forget. I'll give out some free pennies to everyone. But apologies for that. And I'm just glad that the restoration worked. And apologies again for that crash. More grateful for Prugs, who's made the effort to write the pack. So, oh, okay, Charles, thank you very much for that subscription. Most grateful to you. But those are the pennies you'll get, a scant consolation as it is in the audience game. The audience game for this point is now over. And we come down to the final 5. KJarves, thank you very much for that subscription. Oh, fucking hell. There are some names in here. Toot, Shapes, Samster, Zeus, KJarves. It's time for a Purge finale. It was a very swift restoration. Computer came back to life. I pressed the restore button and it just worked, which is great. Hopefully we'll just not have that, but I think I might have to lose that monitor. Or get a different monitor, maybe. Maybe it's the monitor. Because it was fine when I only had the 3, and that's a very old monitor. 3 initial players did not rejoin after the crash, quite possibly. But it is time for the Purge final. And this is apparently one of the big 3. I'm looking forward to seeing this tier list a bit later on. I don't know where it is. Is it in discussion? Or is it in quotes? It's not in quotes. If there was a tier list happening, I want to see the tier list. So, let's just take a look at how many you've got. Okay, so that's been restored. Zeus getting 15 out of 18. Toot, Shapes and Samster getting 13 and KJarves getting 12 out of 15. So we'll order the 3 on 13 by your tiebreaker score. Whatever that was. So we are imagining we're going to see Shapes going second since he got it bang on. Let's go to the final purge. All but 5 players have been purged. Only one of you can emerge as a champion. Okay, that's working. So Zeus is on the left, KJarves on the right. High scores all round and the 3 players in the middle tied. How it works, quick overview. You'll be shown half a question and you must decide to either play or pass based on that half a question. If you play and you get it right, you can choose one of the other players to eliminate. If you pass and they get it wrong, that player is eliminated. If you play and you get it wrong, or if you pass and they get it right, then you are eliminated. You will only be shown half a question before you have to make your decision. You will then be shown the full question and have 20 seconds to answer. If you are going to nominate, please indicate who you would like to nominate. It doesn't have to be an exact name, but just say the name of the person or the colloquial name that we know them by, and that you would like to nominate to them, because it's all manually done. Zeus, as the high scorer, you get the choice of whether you go first or last. So, please whisper F or L to the bot. Zeus has chosen to go first, so we're going descending order of points, starting with Zeus. Good luck to all 5 of you. Zeus, half a question for you, and if you want to nominate somebody else, just a reminder, please do indicate who it is going to if you don't want to play it yourself. Half a question then. Close to Te Anau, in which? Zeus is taking it on. have to say, I am slightly surprised. I thought... I didn't have a scoops on this, but Zeus, you're in control. And Zeus, this question is for you. That question in full then, Zeus. 20 seconds, good luck. Close to Teanau, in which country would you find Lake Manapori, Milford Sound, and Doubtful Sound? Zeus not wasting any time and saying New Zealand. The correct answer is indeed New Zealand. That is a correct answer. So Zeus, person who passes the sentence must swing the sword. You must now tell me who is going to be eliminated from the game. Is it going to be Shapes, Samster, Toot, or Kjarvs? That is a correct answer. Whose game is over? I think no one is surprised to see that. I'm afraid, Toot, you have been chosen for execution. Thank you very much for playing, but you have been purged. Arnu, thank you very much for the correct pronunciation there, Prugs. Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound are fjords found in, oh my god, Te Waipanamau World Heritage Site on the South Island of New Zealand. There we go, some extra information for you. So, we continue moving along, and Shapes, you're up next. Half a question, again, decide whether you want to play or pass. And if you're going to pass, who are you passing it to? Half a question, Shapes. In the Stanley Holloway monologue, play or pass, Shapes? Passing to Kjarvs. Shapes thinking he doesn't like his chances at this one, but also doesn't like Kjarvs' chances at it. Kjarvs, you've seen half a question, but you're going to have to answer the whole question. Kjarvs, this question is for you. In full then, Kjarvs, 20 seconds, good luck, here it is. In the Stanley Holloway monologue, The Lion and Albert, what was the name of the lion? Gerald. We're going with Gerald. The correct answer is... it's not, it's Wallace. That was a good pass from Shapes. Curious as to whether you knew that one, Shapes, after it came up in full. There were one great big lion called Wallace. His nose was all covered with scars. He lay in a somnolent posture with the side of his face on the bars. Now Albert had heard about lions, how they was ferocious and wild. To see Wallace lying so peaceful, well, it didn't seem right to the child. So straightway the brave little fella, not showing a morsel of fear, took his stick with the horse's head handle and shoved it in Wallace's ear. It's a patter poem about Albert being taken to the zoo. I've just given you a little snippet of it there. Always popular in these streams, Stanley Holloway. Kjarvs, it was a good pass from Shapes. I'm afraid that is the wrong answer, and you have been purged. Play continues to the right. Samster. Half question. Play or pass. And if passing, is it going to Zeus or is it going to Shapes? Working closely with Barry Cryer. No hesitation from Samster in passing it to Zeus. So, Shapes, you are going to be through to the final two. It's just a question of whether it's Samster or Zeus who goes out, and you're playing against Shapes, of course, the winner of DangerZone. Zeus, this question is for you. And that question in full, Zeus, very best of luck, take a look. Working closely with Barry Cryer on Joker's Wild and Kenny Everett's TV shows, which comedian was the father of Michael McIntyre? Michael Barrymore, curse you, Samster. Oh, I'm not sure if the ages quite marry up. They might do. Oh, Michael McIntyre, what, 46, 47? Michael Barrymore must be in his 60s. It could work. Today I learned McIntyre is a Nepo baby, yeah. Well, I didn't learn it today. I learned it on Monday when I proofed it. But is it Michael Barrymore? It's not. It's Ray Cameron. One of those comedy writers that seems largely forgotten now. Perhaps he worked on comedy of its time, but nevertheless, it's worth remembering him as a writer and director. That is a wrong answer, Zeus. You answered 1, you eliminated 2, but you couldn't get through a second, and Samsung, employing the Luigi strats here, has seen you off. That's a wrong answer, Zeus, and I'm afraid you have been purged. So, for the second time this evening, Shapes and Samster are in a final together, but it's Shapes who's in control. Shapes going for his second gold medal in the night, and having said earlier on, he hasn't won any of the big 3 gold medals, which I'm curious as to what you think they are when the thing that Topper is going to do becomes a thing. Shapes hadn't won any. Is he about to win his second in the same night? One final question, Shapes. You will see half a question, and based on that you must decide whether to play or pass. You don't need to indicate who, because there's only Samster left. Good luck. Following a Jewish family in the early 20th century. Play or pass? It's going to be a pass. In my head, I was playing a little game and I was thinking, weighing up what your strengths are, what Samster's strengths are, and I was thinking, I think this is going to be a pass. And I want to bet with myself. Samster, this question is for you. Luigi strats are not going to work for you tonight, Samster. You are going to have to answer a question in this final. Whether right or wrong will determine whether Shapes wins his first gold here or whether you win your nth gold here. I'll go check in a minute. Samster, that question in full. Good luck. Following a Jewish family in the early 20th century, which played by Tom Stoppard, won a 2020 Olivier and 2023 Tony Award for Best Play. Five seconds. Good pass, Toot, Shapes. Oh, I said Toot for. Toot's in the chat, because he's right in my eye line. That's why I said good pass, Toot. Good pass, Shapes. He's gone for GG. It's Leopoldstadt. The play is set among the wealthy Jewish community in Vienna in the first half of the 20th century and follows the lives of a prosperous Jewish family who had fled the pogroms in the East. That's a wrong answer, Samster, and I'm afraid you have been purged. And Shapes conceding he would not have got that one either. Well, Shapes, it is your night. You won Danger Zone, and now you are the last man standing. Congratulations, you have survived the purge. As the desk comes back down, Shapes emerges as the champion. Shapes, huge congratulations. I am just going to go double check in the penny bank, because there's no runners up in this game. Samster has won the purge 3 times. Shapes, let's come to your page. This is indeed your first purge victory, and you're right, you haven't won the escape. If those are the big 3, if Danger Zone, the Purge and the Escape Artist are the big 3, you've not won gold on any of them until tonight, where you've got Danger Zone and the Purge in the bag. Enormous congratulations. You are our survivor. And can I just extend enormous thanks to Prugs for writing this evening's pack. I'm just going to switch my microphone back around so that it is pointing at my mouth. Prugs, very many thanks for a lovely, lovely pack. I did think it was tricky, but I'm an idiot, so it turned out to be an almost perfect purge pack, with 2 out of 3 of the criteria being met. So really, really great stuff. Thank you very much for your efforts, and thank you for furnishing me with so many notes as well. It's always good to have extra trivia on this. For everyone who got thrown out of the game and didn't get their pennies restored, I'm really sorry about that crash midway through. Thank you for sticking around. I do appreciate it very, very much. I think it must be this 4th monitor, because since I've added it back on, although say every time it's been a blue screen of death, it's been a different message. That was a less than or fewer something. So computers, right? But very many thanks to Prudes, and congratulations to Shapes. You have survived the Purge. But that is not the end of the night. It was going to be the end of the night. But then I wrote some questions for the Abyss, and I may have done some things to the Abyss. Possibly. I need to go and open another bottle of Prosecco to get me through the next one. We've had a crash already, so I'm hoping that's the harbinger there, and it's not going to be any worse than that. But if you want to play the Abyss, it's coming up in about 5 minutes' time. Please, please do stick around, because it would be lovely for you to get involved. It's my questions as well, so that's an extra bonus for me. But there's other things that I would like to test as well. Coming up after the break, The Abyss, written by Royal Flush. Congratulations to Shapes. You have survived the Purge. £100 bonus for you all there, and it affected everybody, even if you were in the finals. So claim 100 pennies. I'm feeling generous, and I feel bad about the crash. But there they are. Let me put some music on. Where's my jilted playlist? Okay, it's gone apparently. So we'll put that one on. Right, I'm going to go and open another bottle of Prosecco and bring it up. I'm going to stop the build as well. I'm going to move Prudes' pack into the use pile. Thanks again to Prudes for that pack. Right, when we come back, it is The Abyss, a completely normal game of The Abyss with questions by me. It's self-running. I'm hoping I just have to do a lot of reading on this one. Fingers crossed there are no more crashes to happen, and I'm just checking my notes. I haven't got any notes, so I'll do it all ad hoc, which means I can probably close that window. I'm going to leave it open for now. Right, bonus available. I'll give you another one in a minute. I will run some ads, but we won't start the next game without you. If you would like to play The Abyss with questions written by me, semi-spontaneous game at the end of the night, then do stick around, because we will be back in a few minutes' time. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. back to the third and final part of this evening's game night. It's time for the Abyss. I'll put it back to free aspect. Yeah, don't type that code to the bot. There's a link on the page. Persephone'sChair.itch.io/abyss with the code SBVB. So I've remade the Abyss using the same headless controller that Bidding War used last week. AB Me is the first to join. Thank you, Bash, for putting that in. It's exactly the same game. Mechanically, it's exactly the same. It just looks a bit shinier, and you've got a web controller app, which will hopefully make the experience a lot more fun. There is also a link, following feedback from Bidding War last week, to a PC standalone version. If you don't want to play in the web browser app, then you can download the PC standalone version. I'll give you a few minutes to download that in case you want to do that. It's going to automatically put you into alphabetical order. This is my new leaderboard component that I've created, which is quite fun. Simpsons Angle, Pyro Pygmy, welcome to the stream. These questions have been written by me. I promise you the game is identical to before. It's not a new game. It's just got a new coat. Come join if you want to play. Yeah, thank you, Topper, for breaking my rich tags and therefore breaking my debug. I really need to turn rich text off on that. There's room for 40 players in this game. After that, it won't let anyone else in. So do come and join. Yeah, they can remove it. You can actually remove it, Topper, if you reload the app in a different browser and join with the same Twitch name. It should, if I've done my job properly, replace you with that new one, and you should get a message on the old one saying this one is no longer in use. So that might be a fun thing for you to try, and hopefully it won't crash the game. But keep the old window open, just for interest's sake. Colo testing. Can I give a big shout out to Colo here? In yellow and in top left. It should put a border around your name, Ralph. Going Burrow, you running a crypto mine. I don't know is the answer to that, Lupine. Can you send me a screenshot, please? As ever. Oh. Is everybody AB me? Everybody might be AB me. Okay, that's a bug. Okay, everyone is AB me. Ralph is sending me a screenshot of that. Okay, that's a bug. Oh, Topper is... Okay, lots of people are Topper as well. Okay, you'll have to keep track of who you are. It was first alphabetical at the time, and then Topper was first alphabetical. So, that's interesting. Interesting bug. I will add two things. First of all, big thanks to Colo, who proved this pack before realising it was a new version of the game, or a new build of the game. Energia, welcome to the stream. So he's in, but he has seen the questions. You need to close the tags as well, Erin, if you wanted to do rich tags. Please make any suggestions of bugs or things that come... Although you are coming up as green in my debug, curiously. Oh, you did close it. Fair enough. That would probably explain why you haven't got the closing tags up there. If you can change your name if you open up a new window. Please note any bugs that you find in the suggestions. If it's saying that everyone is either Topper or AB me, it might update that when the leaderboard reorganises, and that might just be an oversight on the initialisation. Okay, Erin, please stop doing that. Yeah, okay, just put a real name, because I can see it coming in the debug log. Just just go with Erin if you want to do another one. Hopefully you got a fixed message on the other ones. I appreciate you're testing this out. But now we know that that's a known problem. Rich text, make a note of it. Everyone is AB me or Topper, make a note of it. There we go. That's better, Erin. There we go. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, once we know it's broken, don't try and keep breaking it. That's a good rule. But do pop your suggestions down into the section. Oh, that is quite faint. No, that's not just you, Samster. Yeah, rich text and everyone is AB me, and the text is quite faint. Out of idle curiosity, is anyone playing on the PC build? It'll be pointy brackets and I. Erin's playing on the PC build. Okay, that's good to know. Did you get, Erin and Topper, did you get a message on your old build? That's fine, Jogan, don't worry about it. Anyone who's opened up a new build, did you get a message on your old build saying that this one, it will no longer receive messages? Because if so, that's good. If you want to open up a new browser and log in with the same credentials, you should get a message on your old browser tab if you keep two open at the same time. Yeah, so the first thing was to thank Coda very much for proofing this pack despite him not knowing it was a new build of the game. The second thing is to say, I have not tested... With Bidding War, I did 2 alpha tests before putting it on stream. This has not been seen by anybody other than me. I haven't run a game of it, so it might just break. It might just die, and there might be things that go wrong. We are seeing some things about everyone being the same person. I'm hoping... That's good. Good to hear, Aaron. I'm hoping that everyone being either AB me or Topper is just an initialization problem, and it might resolve itself when the leaderboards update. But that's 2 bugs so far. Rich tags, and everyone is AB me. Good. Thank you, Aaron. That's what we want to see. I've got suggestions open on another monitor, so I can see that. That's what it should say when you sign in with another one. Right. These are new questions. So it is a real game of the Abyss. Pennies and medals. Oh, is this one the Twitch stream game? Ooh, yeah. There shouldn't be 2 Zeuslesses. That may update itself in due course. We will find out, Topper. Curious if anyone else is having the Topper issues of having multiple Zeuslesses on their client apps. Again, any bugs or issues or things that don't work as you expect, please put them in the suggestions section of the Discord. Okay. Not for... Okay. Okay, let's see if that clears itself up as we begin the game. I haven't actually done hotkeys for this. I've got to control this from naughty attributes. There for you as well. Okay. To Zeusai. Let's find out what happens as we lock the lobby. There's the anytime entry code, if anyone wants to try that out. Here's how to play. You'll face 40 questions across 5 different categories. Use the crossword clues to help you with spelling matters. After 5 questions, 9 players. Yeah, I think you're just going to have to live with that, so keep an eye on the main game screen so you can see what you've got. After 5 questions, 9 players will be selected to join the Abyss Arena. Inside the arena, wrong answers or abstentions cost you a life. That's not enough. 5 consecutive correct answers earns you an extra life up to a maximum of 3. If you exhaust your lives, you fall into the abyss and are out of the game. Player from the wings will replace you. 9 players inside the arena at the conclusion of question 40 go on to the final. Good luck to you all. And I will say, one of these categories has a massive spoiler alert attached to it. You've been warned. Good luck. Let's play the abyss. So, new lozenges, that timer will... this one, what's the 40 one? That's really cool. 40 questions, starting with this. Spoilers. Rosebud was his sled, 1941. Name the film from the spoiler. Citizen Kane was the answer. Rosebud was his sled. Well done if you got that one right. I can see my debugs are coming in as expected. Colours. Colloquial term for a redhead. 6 letters. All of these will be colours. All of the answers in this category will be colours. Ginger is the answer. It's a colloquial name for a redhead is a ginger, which is a colour. On we go. Elements. Bromine, oxygen, tungsten, 4 letters. Use the chemical symbols to spell out a word. Use the chemical symbols to spell out a word. Topper, we know rich text is a thing. You're not going to get condoned for that because I don't have condoning on this game. Please stop using rich text. We know that's a thing. Brow, B-R-O and W. Brow. Oh, okay, maybe it's just the debugger that's being weird. I apologise to you. Names. I confuse nutmeg and cinnamon. Somewhere in there is a given name, either male or female. Somewhere in that sentence you may ignore spaces. It's 5 letters long. It's Megan. I confuse nutmeg and cinnamon. I apologise, Topper. My log is showing you with rich tags. Artist, sailing 1975, 3, 7 or 7. Name the artist from the UK #1 single. Hey Jack. Identify the artist from the UK #1 single. That was Rod Stewart. Well done if you got that. So after 5 questions, we're going to bring some players in. There's Jogging, who's on 3. APME's on 2. Logic is basically the same as before. The more points you've got, the more chance you have of getting in. Pyro on 3 joins the Abyss Arena. You go yellow. That yellow is very similar to the green, I'm noticing. Stilgar joins us on 2. 2 to our first of our 5 advocate. Yeah, the green and the yellow are really similar. Stimson joining us on 1. Toppy Woppy Woo Wah joining us on 3. Fetz is joining us on 3. And 1 more. 8 Minky joining us with 3. Welcome to the game, U9. Try and stay in the Abyss Arena as long as you can. On we go. Verbal Kint is Kaiser Soze, 1995. 358 or 58. Spoiler alert. Be the usual suspects. Jogging, ABME, Pyro, Simpsons Angle, Topper, Fetz, and 8 Minky losing a life on that one. On we go. Elements, beryllium, carbon, gold, selenium. 7 letters. I think I need to dull down the backing on the avatars on the columns. Because it's very, very bright. Because, B-E-C-C-A, because. Stilgar losing a life on that one. Next question. Names. There's a name hidden in there somewhere. A small aura. 5 letters. Why beryllium? Yes. You like the rainbow? I like the rainbow palette as well, but... Laura, see a green in the arena. I think the lit colours and the unlit colours are not distinct enough, and I think the backs are too bright. Could someone note those down? Colours. Water-based branch of the British Armed Forces. 4 letters. If somebody could note that down, lit colours and unlit colours are not distinct enough, and the back avatars are too bright. 8 Minky and Jogging losing a life. Navy was the answer. Remember, all the answers are going to be colours. Artist, just like a pill, 2002. 3 or 4 because of the way this has been programmed. I also think the life indicator, which is strips behind the number, are not clear enough. I need to make that green a bit brighter. Pink, with or without the exclamation mark. 8 Minky, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out the game. Thank you for playing. You're going to replaced by Opsy. Welcome on in. On the white column. On we go. 29 questions to go. No, 30 questions to go. Artists with 8 letters. The Rose, 2006. This was the hardest question of the main game, just so you're aware. Console a bit more. Oh, goodness me, I need to play that as unique. Stimpson, Stilgar, Pyro and Jogging, you've dropped into the abyss and are out of the game. Westlife was the answer. Topper, that is 5 right in a row. You've got yourself an extra life and back up to the top flight. Replacements coming in. Puzzle Dan, currently on 3. Aaron, currently on 1. Lottibus also currently on 1. You can't come back in if you've just been eliminated either, by the way. And Shape's coming in on 9. Welcome on in. On we go. 29 questions left. Phosphorus, hydrogen, yttrium, silicon, cesium. 7 letters. Word from the chemical elements. Could someone note that down? Play unique on elimination. I'll know what it means. Play unique on elimination. I will know what it means. Physics was the word on a good chemistry question. Yeah, I agree with you, Ash. Bloom is a bit much. Names. There's a name hidden in that sentence. Come and listen to the sisters tell a story. There's actually 2 names in there. 6 or 4. Stella. I would also have accepted Ella. Stimpson, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Ralph comes and joins us on 9 points. On we go. Colours. A small edible whelk or sea snail. 10 letters. This was the hardest question of this pack. Periwinkle. Apologies for that loud noise. Fetz, Puzzle Down and Lottibus, you dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Mr. Vertigo comes to join us. As does Energia. As does Bassoonist. There's a... Ralph, don't defocus from the window. I can't do anything about it now, but yes, that's a thing. Spoilers. Name the film from the spoiler. A team of scientists are orchestrating the horrors to save the world from total destruction. 2011, 35235 or 5235. It's the cabin in the woods. Erin and Shapes, you've dropped into the abyss. And Topper, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. A lovely cup of tea. Welcome to the game. Fetz, welcome to the game. And Simpsons Angle, welcome to the game. Note: update all column colours before bringing in new players. Colours: a brand of latex rubber gloves, 8 letters. Marigold. Opsy, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. 2, that's 5 right in a row. You've got yourself an extra life. You're back up to the top flight. Jogging, you're coming to replace Opsy. Welcome to the Abyss Arena. Here we go. Names. I broke into my car, lost my keys and had no choice. 6 letters. There's a name in there. Carlos, Energia, Bassoonist and Mr. Vertigo, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thanks for playing. To be replaced by Puzzle Dan. Mantissa. And Nando, welcome to the Abyss Arena. On we go. 23 questions remaining. Spoiler alert. Alfred Borden has a twin, 2006, 3-8. Use the crossword clues to help you still go. I'm afraid that won't be accepted. It's The Prestige. Prestige on its own was not enough. The Prestige. And Fetch, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Zeus, welcome on into the Abyss Arena. On we go. Elements: carbon, holmium, cobalt, lanthanum, tellurium. 9 letters. We're after chocolate on that one. Chocolate, no eliminations that time. 21 questions left. Artists: Dynamite, 2010, after the artist who got to UK #1 with Dynamite. 4-4 or 4. Tricky one, possibly. Spelling counts. Tau Cruz is what we wanted. No reference exception. Mantissa, Ralph and Jogging, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. And the game has locked because we've got a no reference exception and because it's working on its own. Let's find out what that is. as the game ends there. Where's that being pointed from? Re-enable, thank you. 3 null reference exceptions. Stand by. Oh Christ, this is new. Round 91. It's in my base code. Pale.strap, set correct or incorrect color. Okay. How can we get a null reference exception there? Has someone just joined the game? Someone else has joined the game. Hello Ryan, welcome to the game. Okay, so the restoration mechanic hasn't been implemented for this because of the way the questions are shuffled. So that might be the end of the game there, unless I can find a way to restart it, which I'm not optimistic about. Why are you showing me that on Inspector? Okay, Gameplay Manager. What's happening there? What's happening before there? Peel.strap. So strap must be null. On question ended. X was not correct, and strap was not null. I need to add a null catch there, I guess. Cool. GG, everyone. And Samster and 2 are the winners, I guess. Okay, let me check in with the chat. Yeah, we got a null reference exception, so it won't. One without even getting in. First time for everything, eh, Samster? Let me see if I can reboot this. If I go run section, what does that do? Let me try this. There we go. Hopefully you've got something. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Spoilers. Okay, something's happening. I need to catch that null ref. Good, we can carry on. The Empire Strikes Back. Stimson's Anglia dropped into the abyss and out the game. Thank you for playing. Ralph comes and joins us on 14. Shapes comes and joins us on 13. Samster, you're into the abyss on 20. Well played. And Vets comes back on 12. Okay, it's still working. Elements, fluorine oganescent, 3 letters. Use the chemical symbols to spell out a word. It's fog. Damn, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Ah, Rain. Well, come on in. Names. There's a name somewhere in there. Our benevolent god. There's 2 options available on this one. Len also would have accepted Ben on that one. Oh, 5 right in a row. Nando, you've got yourself an extra life. You're back up to the top flight. Artists, Don't Look Back in Anger, 1996, 5 letters. Oasis is what we're after there. 16 questions left. Colours. Citrus fruit that is popular on pancakes. 5 letters. The answer will also be a colour. Lemon is what we're on. So Ryan, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. 5 right in a row for a lovely cup of tea. Back up to the middle flight there. And Purge comes to join us on a score of 15. On we go. We're after the artist who got to UK #1 with Eye of the Tiger in 1982. 8 letters. Survivor is what we're after. Pruge's losing life, not foreigner. Survivor is what we wanted there. We're after an element from the chemical symbols: vanadium, astatine, iodine, calcium, nitrogen. 7 letters. Vatican is what we wanted. Nando, you've lost a life. But Shapes has got 5 right in a row and is back up to the top flight, and I really need to dim the background because I can't see the balls moving up. Spoilers! Name the film. Tyler Durden and the narrator are the same person. 1999, 5 and 4. It's Fight Club is what we wanted there. Fight Club. Sea Green in the Abyss Arena. 12 questions to go. French city that lends its name to a mustard. 5 letters. No diacritics. It will be Dijon. Dijon mustard. That's what we wanted there. Names. There's a name hidden in this sentence. I eat my curry and rice. It's Ryan. Curry and. 5 right in a row for a lovely cup of tea. Back up to the top flight. Carbon, argon. Spells a 3-letter word. It's car. Car is what we're after there. Proves 5 right in a row and you're back up to the top flight. Well played. 9 questions left. On we go. Another name. A damn shame. 4 letters. There is a name in there. And the name is Adam. Adam is what we wanted. I suppose Ryan Dana probably could have been accepted there. Fernando, 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. No, Dana wouldn't have worked with the sentence. Spoiler alert, Dr. Malcolm Crowe was dead the whole time. 1999, 355 or 335 or 55 or 35. With or without the article at the front on this one. But not the prestige, weirdly. 6 Sense is what we wanted, not Space Jam Zeus. You've lost a life. 7 questions left. After the artist who got to UK #1 with Hey Jude in 1968. 3, 7 or 7. Spelling matters, I'm afraid, Simpsons angle. It's the Beatles with an A. And here they're overrated. Yeah, they are. Colours. There's a colour for the answer. By any other name, it would still smell as sweet. Quoting Shakespeare, it's rose. A rose by any other name would be as sweet. Nando, you've lost a life. 5 questions left before the final. Most of the players bunched up on the left-hand side. We're after an artist. Hold My Hand, 2015. 4, 6 or 6. Surname only will suffice. Well done if you got this one. Jess Glynn is the answer. Quite a few players losing a life there. No one being eliminated. On we go. 4 questions left. There's a name somewhere in here. Better late than never. 5 or 4. There are 2 names in here. I would accept Ethan or Anne. Both of those are fine. Zeus and Fetz losing a life with 3 questions left. Another colour. What you get if you lie in the sun with sunscreen. 3 letters. No, with sunscreen, a lovely cup of tea. No. And Puzzle Dan and Lottipus and Opsimats. You get a tan. You don't go red if you use sunscreen. Tan is what you wanted. 2 questions. The one who chained them up was in the bathroom with them. Spoiler alert, name the film, 2004. It was Saw is what we're after. Zeus, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Replaced by Clive. Currently sat on 30. Right above you in the rankings. Last question. It's an element. Lutetium, carbon, potassium, yttrium. 5 letters. Prugs, a lovely cup of tea. Nando and Fetz are poised above the abyss floor. Can they survive? All but Prugs, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Lucky was the answer, which is not what you were. And Pyro is brought in for the final. So, let's refresh the lives of the players not at the top. A double badong. And everyone is back up to the top flight. So, Pyro, Ralph, a lovely cup of tea. Shapes, Toot, Clive, Samster, Nando, and Fetz. You are our 9 finalists. Welcome to the Abyss final. Here's how to play. Oh, and your names are appearing through the thing. Someone note that because I will forget that. You will face up to 10 questions across the same 5 categories. Players in the Abyss have had their lives refreshed. Gameplay is identical to previously, except that extra lives are no longer awarded for 5 consecutive correct answers, and players who drop into the Abyss are permanently out of the game and will not be replaced. Can I take this moment to congratulate Samster and Toot on getting 39 out of 40 so far. The last player left standing is declared the winner. In the event no winner has emerged after 10 questions, the winner is the player who is higher up their column. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest score is declared the winner. Good luck to you all. Yeah, I know exactly why that is. I've used the wrong shader on the text meshes in the comment. That was a late addition. They do look very pretty, though. I'm just going to take this moment to enjoy how pretty they look. Shining through the instructions. There's a follow. Who's followed? Thank you very much for the follow, person whose name... Ryan E. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well and enjoying this carnage and chaos on the first time we've run New Abyss. It wouldn't hurt to leave them. They're not in the way to Side and Fetch. I don't know. I mean, they're not. But at the same time, the animations... I like the animations, and I like the fact they're all different colours, but I do feel they're on the way. I'll put a different shader on them. Right. Those are the rules. 10 more questions. I've done the thing where the questions are not the hardest one, so hopefully we'll have an interesting final. Good luck to you all. If you're in the wings, keep playing, because pennies are fun. Yes, keep... I'm saying please trim down the instructions. I did trim down the instructions, I promise. I've tried to trim down instructions. I know it's a bone of contention. I've been really working on trying to trim down my instructions. I thought my final was trimmed down. I will trim them further. Anyone is welcome to suggest things to make them more trimmed. Good luck. Here's the final. Okay, starting with colours. Budget UK car insurer and one of the highest naval ranks. 7 letters. We're after Admiral. It's a shade of blue. Ralph and Clive losing a life on that one. On we go. 9 questions left. We're after an artist who got to UK #1 with Pure Shores in 2000, 3 and 6. Yeah, you're right, Bash. The bloom is nonsense on this, isn't it? All Saints is what we wanted there. Pyro, a lovely cup of tea. Clive and the Fets losing a life. 8 questions left. After an element from the chemical symbols here: silver, nitrogen, osmium, titanium, carbon. We'll spell out a word. Agnostic is what we wanted. Fets losing a life down to the floor. Spoilers. Teddy Daniels is actually Andrew Ladis, one of the inmates. 2010, 7 and 6. Great film. We watched this when we were in Cyprus. I'd seen it before, but Dylan hadn't seen it before. Shutter Island. Fetch, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out the game. Thank you for playing. Good, you've not been replaced. That logic works. There's a name hidden somewhere in this sentence. The only thing I want to hear is a believable tale. 6 letters. Tricky one. Isabel, Ralph and Pyro, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. 5 questions to go. The element, a long one: osmium, tellurium, nitrogen, tantalum, titanium, oxygen, uranium, sulfur. Spelling couch, Stilgar and Bassoonist, and Snipson. Ostentatious is what we wanted. Well done if you managed to figure that one out. 6 players left in the Abyss Arena with 4 questions to go. 3 on the floor. Artists, You Win Again, 1987, 3 and 4. Spelling counts. Yeah, you're so right, Bash. The bloom, I love bloom. Bee Gees, Clive, and a lovely cup of tea have dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game, but thank you for playing. Shape's looking for the treble here, but he's on the floor at the moment. 3 questions to go. Names. People who speak Zulu cast a magical spell on the world. Lucas is what we're after. All 4 getting it right in the Abyss Arena. 2 questions left. Between Toot and Samster at the moment. Spoilers. Snake kills Dumbledore, 2009. 563396 or 563456 or 561 or 456. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Shapes, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. No treble for you. Blank Graham, US actress famous for Austin Powers and Scrubs. 7 letters. It's a colour. Heather was the answer. Nando, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. And that's the end of the game. Samster. We got through all 50. And only 1 crash. 48 out of 50. What a lad. Samster taking the Abyss title. Haven't won this one yet either, and I'm afraid it's not going to happen tonight, Shapes. Go on, Samster. My phone is just telling me it's time to go to bed because it's 11:15. Good game. Good game. Lots of things that need fixing, judging by the 18 unread messages and suggestions, but well played, Samster. You have taken the Abyss. You have survived the Abyss. Toot has technically survived the Abyss, but Samster had more questions and was higher up his column in the final. Damn you, Potter. What did you actually say, Shapes? Let's have a look. Not Shapes, Toot. Oh, this is the second. I've got you confused the other way around now. What did you say? Because I've got my logs. It logs every answer now. Order of the Phoenix. Ah, not the one. One later. Ah, GG. So, some things that I need to fix. And again, can I stress 2 things? First of all, that was quite a fun question pack. I quite enjoyed writing that. I hope you had fun playing it. And for 2, this is the first time this has ever been played in this version. So there are things that are going to break. So please let your fury be tempered with the knowledge that it is new. And new is not necessarily always better, but hopefully a step towards better. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what, I'll roll the credits and then I'll come to camera and then I'll address stuff. Congratulations, Samster, and hopefully everyone will get some pennies and some medals. Congratulations, Samster. You have survived the abyss. I'll see you on the webcam in a minute. Do the credits work at least? Apart from the names! For fuck's sake! Okay, well, we'll just enjoy Toot and Samster just floating there. And I'll just hang out through the credits. Hopefully you all got a message on your client apps at this point. Everyone's fucking off now. We just chilling. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're behind the credits meshes. What's that all about? I changed it to Dame Evelyn Glennie, but then changed it back because it didn't work. Oh, wait for the end. Really happy with the end, right? Because you get the big long note, and then you get the game night end card. Wait for it. And still with Toot and Samster there. Oh. Well, only one crash, which I can live with. Let's go to Just Cam. And debrief. It says data written to drive, so if I refresh the app, hopefully your pennies have been updated. Right. Okay. First time it's been played. I know with Bidding War I did do some alpha tests. This one I didn't because I wanted it to be fun and new and novel, and it wasn't risking anyone's... Well, it was risking new questions. It was risking my new questions, but they don't count because... Yeah. Bloom. Number 1. Bloom. Turn the bloom down. I know Bash has commented in the chat that the bloom is too high, and I recognise that. It's really difficult to see when you're only playing with like 1 or 2 clients, which is basically what I've been doing in testing. I had to add a whole debug section to get around the fact that we need 9 players at all times. Bloom will be turned down. Second point, and it's one that Samster has, I think it was Samster, commented in suggestions, and 4 people have done a pointy finger: Zeus, Clive, Toot, and Proogs, which is fundamental to the direction in which I am going with Game Night Games, which is independent client app. And I'm just going to take a minute just to talk about this because it's fun. Because to cut a long story short, this is the direction I want to go. It's now in Bidding War. It's now in the Abyss. It's in one game that I'm working on at the moment from the back catalogue. Independent client app. In my mind, and I'm just going to say this here, and I'm just going to read Kolo's comment because it is pertinent to this. Would it be possible it's a hybrid input game? I think I would enjoy watching the stream rather than a quiz screen. That this solves lag issues and is a lot more visible than Twitch chat, but why not allow for this game? Okay, so my goal ultimately is to move everything, to migrate everything over to this external controller app. Now, first of all, Optimaths, welcome to the stream. I appreciate not everyone has multiple monitors. Some people are playing on just a laptop maybe, or possibly even watching stream and playing along on a mobile device, which is where Hackbox is really useful because it's got native mobile browser functionality. My thoughts on this, and I don't want to make Ash blush or anything, despite what happened on last night in my appearance in Outright, my experience with interactive quizzing, the best experience is with Outright, and I think it is, apart from the fact it's a wicked good format, I think a lot of that is because it has got a native client app. In my mind, quiz should be done best on a dedicated app where you get on your screen as much information as is being put out on the broadcast screen. Now, it might be we're not at that point yet, and there's stuff missing from the client end. I'm curious as to whether everyone is still AB me at the end. That is how I feel quiz should go, in that you can just play it in the client app and you don't feel like you're missing anything other than my camera possibly and the live interaction that I have with the chat. In a game like The Abyss, it feels like this is really good because I don't do anything apart from occasionally make the build carry on when it crashes. Because it's so fast-paced, you haven't got time necessarily to go and banter with the chat because it's just coming at you. It's unrelenting. In a game like The Purge, yes. In a game like DangerZone, yes, because there's a lot of statistical analysis in between and there's a lot of chit-chat in between. I feel like this should be how quiz should be. If you are playing the quiz and it's a game where it's non-stop, you want an app where you can just focus in on what's going on. This, for me, is how it should be. Now, to Kolo's point, would it be possible to do this as a hybrid game that involves Twitch as well? Yes, that's very possible. It would require a little bit of extra work on the back end, but if that is what people want, I am open to that. But I have to say, I don't think that playing in Twitch chat is the best way of playing quiz. For multiple reasons. For a start, you've got, as I think Purge has remarked, you've got the questions scrolling up, and if you've got latency, you've got a delay. There's the possibility, as we've seen regularly, of people typing in public chat when they mean to whisper to the bot. That all goes away when you have a dedicated client app. To Jack's point that he's just mentioned, at work, but it wouldn't bring up the Android. Okay, so I haven't. This is a really good point. I haven't done dedicated mobile device work on it. So if you're playing on an iPad or a phone or an Android or something, there is a chance that this is not going to work. And it was the same problem I had when I did the Only Connect sort of Wordle thing. There's a chance that if you're playing on a mobile device, if you're watching the stream on a PC and playing on a phone or an iPad to submit your answers, there is a chance it won't work. Hackbox, granted, doesn't have that problem. Hackbox will just work on any mobile device. So there's no, well, why don't you make it on Hackbox? Now, I did that experiment with the Escape Artist when I redid that, and the problem is, with Hackbox, if you've got a typey game like The Abyss, it doesn't autofocus on the input box on every device. So you have the problem where you've not only got to think about the question, you've then got to select the text box and then type your answer. And if you're playing on a PC, it's not just a tap. You've got to find the text box and click it. So there's problems whichever way you do it. Now, I can't say that it is feasible or viable to do Twitch input and Hackbox input and dedicated client input on every single game. I think that is probably starting to be misguided and probably not practical in terms of the correlation between the three that would need to be done. From my point of view, and I know this is mainly a me thing, and just to be technical for a minute, I use the Newtonsoft JSON package to decompile question packs. And I know that Hackbox has that internally within the package, which means if I want to decompile question packs and use Hackbox, I need to have an assembly definition, which just throws the whole thing, the whole build template into disarray. It's not insurmountable. Nothing is insurmountable. I'm just talking about what is practical in terms of what I can maintain and what makes it entertaining for everybody. Now, I think that for The Abyss, this is a really good test case. For games that are multiple choice, this could be a really good test case because you can just click. And because, and I know Ash has just commented, I'll read that properly in a minute, Ash, about WebGL. The WebGL support for Unity is not great. I've had issues where I will build a standalone build and it will run just fine, and issues where I build a WebGL build, which is what you play in the browser, and it will crash if you type in the wrong web code and you have to refresh it. I've not found a fixed solution for that. The solution I've got at the moment is to build a development build, upload it, and then it seems to work there afterwards, which is not great and is not a solution to the problem, and it's still a potential problem that may go on. It's not currently occurring in Bidding War or the Abyss. My feeling is that if everything is on a dedicated client app, then you can take part in the quiz. If you have all the information that you need to play the game on your client app, whether that be Hackbox or a standalone app, then that is fine, and the stream itself can be a background element of that, and you can focus on the client app. I recognise in not all games that will be pertinent. If it's a game that's a bit more slower paced than the Abyss, that might not work. But my feeling is that I want to move. Just reading Colo's message. You don't need to use Hackbox and dedicate app on any game. If you build a dedicated app, then this replaces Hackbox, but Twitch chat is different. Yeah, that's true. And because of the way I do the penny bank, I need to keep TwitchLib in these projects because you need to verify who you are, and then I can get the picture down and all the rest of it. And then it ties your Twitch name, or whatever pennies or medals you win, it ties it to your Twitch name. So it's a really good thing to keep it in. So in that respect, it wouldn't be impossible to keep TwitchLib maintained for entry into it. My feeling is, though, again, it just comes back, it's a personal feeling for me, and this may not be the only answer. It may be I'm unique in this respect or in a minority, but I feel that quiz should be done best when you've got a dedicated app that you can type to. Maybe it's just games that are pacier that this works better with. It certainly gets around the issues of Twitch having a sneeze and Twitch having a moment. Obviously, it produces its other issues as well, but that's a me issue that I could hopefully fix, whereas Twitch issues I can't. I've talked a lot. Let me catch up on the chat. Has anyone got any thoughts on this? Because I've talked a lot, because I just wanted to lay it on the line. This is where I want to move to with the majority, if not all, of my builds, onto having a dedicated client app where I can control, to a point, everything. I can't control, obviously, internet connection, and I can't control my computer blue screening, but I can control everything that you get in effectively real time. And hopefully it makes it more fun. That's ultimately the goal. It makes it a more fun experience. That's what I'm looking to do. And since you're answering half a dozen times. Right, let me catch up on chat, because there's a lot of messages have come in. Dramatic favourite credits. Sam's responsible for every game. Yes. In the depths of winter. The Abyss site killed my battery. Okay. Don't know if you're running Optimat on a laptop or a mobile device. If it's mobile, it's not optimized for that. Hello, Mantissa, by the way. Welcome to the chat. Don't have multiple screens. I found it tough to keep abreast of the general game situation. Okay, so the app, the WebGL build has been designed such that you can put it at any resolution, whether you want to do it vertical or in a corner of the screen, and then you can watch the rest of the stream in another corner. I do appreciate not everyone has 4 or 5 monitors that they can watch everything on, and that's an intrinsic problem to it, which is why I want to make the app as fulsome as it can be, so that any information that is coming out on the stream is also coming out on the app. It's not complete yet, and there are other things that could be added into the client end that would make it work. It's important for our app because stream lag there would massively impact the game. What does it do for the Abyss? Why can't we have the choice between Twitch and the app? That's from Clive. Yeah, as mentioned, it is possible to add Twitch input in as well. Not seeing the podiums in the chat screen did hurt the watch along factor. Valid point too. I do like to see the host at the same time as answering the question, but that's just me. just to say too, I don't know if not seeing the host screen affected you more because that's what you're used to. And if you were just concentrating on answering one question every 15 seconds, you'd be concentrating on thinking on the questions, maybe. Just a thought. For me, from Mantissa, the separate client is much better than Twitch chat, mainly because of the stream latency. Jack, happy to give it a go on mobile, though, at my parents, so no laptop. Lupine, could an itch screen replace pen and paper for cryptex, or would that still be required? That's, again, long-term goal, Lupine, for cryptex is that everything self-contained, so any answers you type will just be stored on your client app so you can see your cryptex solution being built. Cryptex is a really good example where this would probably work really well. Jack, I generally don't like having to switch to a second thing. Hackbox is a bit better with mobile, but when I'm on my laptop, I just want to type answers into Whisper. It's nice having Unity Hackbox option, but I wouldn't choose it compared to Whisper. Okay. From Lupin, another thing, when I switch focus away from the itch screen, the question time starts out. Yeah, that's a known problem. I can't do anything about that. So when you're using a standalone build, I can force it to run in the background if you're not focused on it. On WebGL builds, if you are not focusing on the screen or if the screen is not visible on your monitor, then the browser, certainly Chrome, will throttle it so that any animations that are running will stop running. There's nothing I can do about that in WebGL other than, say, download the PC build. I've implemented it such that you can't cheat the game. You can't let the timer not run out and then have more time to think about it, because the payloads will still get sent down when the answer is revealed. But that is a known problem. Nothing I can really do about it. Kane discounted, I think, time around fast. When Twitch eats answers, but yeah. So Twitch eating answers, say this is a way to hopefully go some way towards mitigating that. And I'm caught up with chat. So, any more suggestions, thoughts on this matter in the Discord section, either in suggestions or possibly in discussion, because this is something that I think possibly needs to be talked about. If this is the model I'm looking to move to for game builds, just cards on the table. The one I'm working on at the moment is Risky Business, which is an entirely multiple choice game or list form game, where you've got to click buttons. If you've got something that's multiple choice and you have to type a letter, again, just speaking for myself here, it feels like a missed opportunity. There's something very cathartic about clicking buttons when you've got multiple choice. Risky Business, Red Herrings as well is on that list. The Purge is on that list. Feels like a game that would really benefit from being able to physically click. Now, Hackbox does do that, but Hackbox doesn't allow for... oh shit, what was I going to say? If you're playing... Hackbox would work perfectly well with Risky Business, is what I'm saying. Picture rounds, if we're doing Red Herrings, for example, is... I know Ash is going to say it's something you can do with Hackbox. It's something that would be easy with the client-end app and just a webhook into getting the pictures. Multiple choice games, yeah. So Shapes saying multiple choice games would benefit from being able to click the buttons on Hackbox. I fully agree with that, and I would make the argument that a next logical step for that would be having a dedicated client app with big, chunky buttons that you can press. Which the offshoot of that is you can't necessarily play it on a mobile device. You might be able to play it on a mobile device. I haven't got the capacity to test on every mobile device and maintain everything for mobile devices. So it's a trade-off, as is ever the case and has always been the case with this Twitch quizzing. It's a trade-off between any number of different things. I mean, the ideal situation would be a dedicated client app that runs on mobile. Which Hackbox is pretty close to, but has its limitations for things like putting timers on screens and putting a leaderboard on the screen so that you can sort of keep the host screen in the background and focus on your typing. Harden Fetz has mentioned Red Herrings there. Yeah, especially if you've got a picture. Data leak is another one where you've got a latency with a picture out, although I don't necessarily know that the client app will solve that. It will go some way towards solving that. I can put the same pixelator on the client end, and yeah. But anyway, I've just sort of word vomited at the end of that. Thanks again to Colo for proofing. I hope you like the questions. If you've got any more thoughts, pop them in the Discord, either in suggestions or discussion. I will mull everything over and give it some thought. My feeling, and it might just be born out of wanting to, because things like the Purge, I'm amazed that restoration worked as well as it did. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty close. But there's so many games that basically in my entire back catalogue that I want to bring over to the new template that I'm now using for things like Bidding War and the Abyss and the new Risky Business. I just want to bring everything over to the new template so everything is similar. Everything is the same between instances of the build so that I can find my way around it. So if maintenance needs to be done, it can be done very, very easily, very, very quickly, rather than unpicking the spaghetti code from 2-3 years ago. I think the Purge holds the record of games that we still play that is the oldest one in its original form. It was the Escape Artist, it's now the Purge. After that, it would probably be Cryptex. So yeah, things like the Purge. I mean, it still works. There's an argument to be made that it still works. Why fuck about with it? But there's also things in it that don't work quite as well. If anything ever needs to be changed, I don't like, lots of things in it from a logic point of view that I want to change. So to make it easier to operate. I'm just waffling now. Anyway, lots of thoughts. Welcome your thoughts. If you have no thoughts on this, then I will assume that you are indifferent either way. But this is the direction I'm going. The next one in the pipeline is Risky Business, then probably the Purge. Neither of which are scheduled again for Season 11, so they may make an unscheduled appearance, or they might turn up in Season 12 in a new format. But please do give me your feedback, because ultimately all of this that I'm doing is for you. And if you're going to turn around and say, I don't want a client app, please don't give me a standalone client app because I think this is not the way to quiz, I think it's better to whisper to the bot, then maybe that's the way to go. But I do appreciate your thoughts and input on this, and I will mull over all of your thoughts that have come in already and suggestions over the next couple of days, and I will feed back in due course and let you know what I am planning. Good. Right. What's going on? The rest of the time. Bash is here. This is from our sponsor, Kamikaze.
Appreciate the verbal brainstorming you're letting us in on. Smiley face.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Verbal brainstorming is exactly what I'm doing, and I think if people aren't that bothered either way, or if people have gone off already, that's perfectly fine. It was quite late. It's gone 11:30. That's fine. People are indifferent in that respect. If people are sticking around, then they may be interested in contributing to the process and possibly commenting on my train of thought. But thank you very much for the 8-month subscription there, Kamikaze. Most appreciated. What's going on? This week, Bash. Message from our sponsor, Purge, before we get there.
Thank you for your ongoing development. The fact we have something to say means that we care. I
think that's a very valid point, Prues. Actually, if you didn't care, then no one would say anything. So actually, I will take your feedback as a vote of we want this to continue in the best way it can. So I'll take that. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Go give Bash a follow this week. Snap It Up on Wednesday by Kodo at 8 p.m. GM or BST. I think we're still in British summertime. And 1 versus 100. Friday, I think Ash said was maybe not, depending on stuff that's happening. I know he said he's going to go visit his nephew. It might happen on the Friday, might happen on the Saturday. But Friday, if it happens, it's Hive Minds and Duel Royale. So keep an eye open on Bash's stream for information on that. As for Topper, Topper One Gaming. Oh, great friend Topper. Thursday, the 24th of August. He's got the Diamond and the 21st question. Go and give him a follow because he does lots of stuff like this. As for me, next Saturday, it's my birthday. It's my poggin' birthday. I'm going to be 30 something-ish. 35, I think. I was born in 88, so what does that make it? 35. I think I'm going to be 35. Next Saturday is my actual birthday. I am streaming on my birthday, and it is going to be a stream of special recognition. 30-something-ish. Shape's sitting at a 40-something-ish now. It's going to be a stream of special recognition. I am going to have some special guests with me, and the stream is going to be a bit upside down from what it normally is all I'm going to say. We have got Hacker being resurrected for the first time in about a year, providing it still works. I need to go check that at some point. We have got the second of the Buzz-Off semi-finals between Claire and Samster. We have got The Escape Artist by Quizzle. And we have got Top Secret Game written by Ash the Bash next Saturday. On my birthday stream here at Game Night. It's going to be amazing. We're going to start about the normal time, 8 o'clock, maybe 15 minutes early, so getting a bit early. But birthday stream next Saturday. Very much looking forward to it. Please do come and join, because it's going to be really, really good fun. And it's actually my birthday on the Saturday, so don't leave me at a party where it's just me and my guests who are here in Sussex. That's next Saturday, 8 p.m. BST. I do hope you will come and join me. That is it from Game Night for this evening. Mass brainstorm from me at the end there, and I look forward to going back and reading your comments in conjunction with me saying stuff, possibly. Oh, is there a raid? There's not really a raid. There's not really a raid. We go raid Joey. Joey's doing Sonic 2 stuff. I like Joey, and I like Sonic 2. Oh, he's doing Metro 3 practice. Okay, we'll go raid Joey. And we'll just say... Oh. No hashtag. Just oh. We're going to go and raid Joey Baby 69. He's a Sonic speedrunner. He had the world record. I don't know if he still does. But he's doing Sonic 2 stuff. So if you're into Sonic speedrunning, he's a good guy. So we'll go and say hello to Joey. I'm going to be back next Saturday for my birthday. Until then... have a wonderful week, rest of the weekend, and a fabulous week. Thank you again to all of our writers this evening. Thank you to Jogging for Danger Zone, to Proofs for the Purge, and to Kolo for proofing my Purge questions. I hope, not my Purge questions, my Abyss questions. I hope you enjoyed the changes. I look forward to reading your feedback. Until next time, you have been watching Game Night. I have been Royal Flush. We're going to go and say hello to Joey and say, oh. Until next time, I've been Royal Flush. Take care. Peace out. And good night.
Bullshit stuff. So it's like